my name is Hazem, and we're talking about outlets. And so what happens is, in my previous video, I showed you the hassle of making electrical connections on these receptacles, and the way we have to do it is we put a wire on a screw terminal, or we push them in the back, and these are one-time use and they're terrible. And so as electricians, we end up wrapping electrical tape around our outlets. Now you can get 10 of these Leviton receptacles for $2.50, but the $1.50 extra cost will save you in labor. So, and the reason is there's no more screws. There's only these tabs, which I thought they were dangerous, easy to break, but they're actually not. So they're actually quite easy to open. And so we've got, and they're quite easy to read on the back. So we've got hot, and we've got neutral, and we've got ground, and we've got 5 holes. So 2 for hot, and 2 for neutral, and 1 for ground. And now what I said before was you could split. Remember, so on the old style of receptacles, we had 2 screws because we could have an in and an out. So if I had a box with 2 sets of receptacles, I could daisy chain them. And I could also make them separate by breaking this tab in the middle and running a separate circuit to each screw. Now you can't do that here. There is a tab that you can actually separate the hot and the neutral, or the 2 top and the bottom if you wanted to. So you could have a separate circuit for the top and the bottom. All you have to do is you gotta lift off this plastic tab here, and then that exposes this little copper jumper. And then forgive me because this isn't the right tool, but we can apparently break this. So if you break this copper jumper, then the hot on top will be separate, and the hot on the bottom will be separate. And then you can have a separate circuit for the top and a separate circuit for the bottom. But if you don't care about that, that's okay, because you just go down here to the strip gauge, and the strip gauge is really easy to see. It's actually in the plastic. So we take our wire, for example. So if our neutral wire, so so if I line up my neutral wire and I go right here, so that's as much as I strip. So in this case, I've stripped almost just enough, and then I put my neutral wire in to the hole, and it's already pretty snug, but this actually works with 10 gauge wire, which is good too. So you can use it in a commercial setting, and then I lock this in place, and this is in pretty solid. And so it's all the work I had to do. I didn't have to bend the wire, I didn't have to fidget with the screws, I didn't have to see. Even this style of receptacle has really good holes for wires, but you still have to tighten the screw. So it's kind of a hassle. So this one is like, it saves, you say 3 or 4 minutes, which is at least $1.50 in labor. And then on top of that, there's nothing exposed on the edges, so I don't have to tape my outlet, which some people do, some people don't. But now it's no longer necessary. So if you have any questions, please post a comment. Thank you.